Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Daniel Bailey and I will be your teacher this online course lesson today. In our main dialogue, we have two students meeting for the first time. They are in a classroom. When they first meet, they say, "Excuse me, is this chair taken?" The woman says, "Excuse me," which implies a polite gesture to the man. It is common to say, "Excuse me," when asking a question to someone you do not know. In this case, the woman is asking if a chair is available. After making first contact, the woman gives the man her name. At first, she gives her formal name, Caroline. Then, she tells him a shorter version of her name, Carrie. It is common for people to shorten their English names. Caroline would become Carrie, Thomas would become Tom, and Daniel could be Dan or Danny. It is also common for friends to use the shortened version of the name. For example, my name is Daniel, but my friends and family call me Danny. When you first meet someone, you can give simple information about yourself. This would include your name, home, and age. Caroline and Jack are both students, so they talk about school. The man and woman make plans to meet again in the future. This is a good idea if you are interested in becoming better friends with someone. The man recommends that they meet this weekend at a coffee shop to study. The woman agrees. The man says, "Get together." This is a common phrase used when asking if they would like to meet you. He also says, "How about Saturday at 8?" This is a polite way to recommend a time for the meeting. The woman agrees by saying, "Great." This is a common way of showing acceptance to a question. Let's now move on to our key phrases. Key phrases are useful for starting conversations. If you first meet someone, you could say, "Nice to meet you." "Hello, my name is," or "It's a pleasure to meet you." When you meet an old friend for the first time in a while, you could say, "How have you been?" Or, "Wow, long time no see." Or, "Where are you living now?" And when you are introducing someone to someone else, you could say, "Hi, John, I'd like you to meet my wife." Or, "Jimmy, come say hello to my friend." Or, "Tom, have you met yet?" Great. Now, let's move on to our dialogue. In our first dialogue, we have two students talking for the first time. They are in a classroom. This is a very common situation. Here's a cultural tip. It is very common for students to ask questions to the teacher during class time. Of course, the student should raise their hand. It is very common to have a dialogue between the teacher and students during class time. However, in Korea, it seems that the teacher usually does all of the talking. Also, it is very common for students to behave casual together when meeting for the first time. This is especially true for students of different ages. In America, it is common for older students to talk casually with younger students, just like friends. Also, it is common for people in their 40s and 50s to return to school and study. Some of my best classmates were 20 or 30 years older than me. They were great to have in class because they always asked the teacher interesting questions. So don't be surprised if you see older students in an American classroom. It's normal.